The team is concerned with increasing the genetic diversity of the packs of Mexican gray wolves, which means they don't want two wolves whose genes are practically identical. Now, once the fire is out, the firefighters will bring out their decontamination kits. Now, these have trash bags where they can put their old turnouts. For some departments, that best response system is known as a CIT program, or Crisis Intervention Team. It's a group of officers that are trained specifically to handle behavioral health calls. And it's a program that the Phoenix Police Department has been running since 2000. In 2016, President Trump broke a decades-old tradition of presidential nominees releasing their tax returns. His first term has been plagued by suspicions of what could be lurking in those returns. But now, at least part of that mystery has been solved. And this mini-moon really is miniature. In fact, it's the size of a small car. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego and Superintendent Kathy Hoffman spoke to fourth graders at Ed Pastor Elementary this morning, an area with high non-response rates during the census. Their message: everyone counts. To help with social distancing, the team here drew chalk drawings all along the sidewalk, each of them 6 feet apart, to tell people where to stand while they waited for their flu shot. But COVID-19 has delayed canvassing, forcing officials to use this for outreach. Yeah, Vice President Biden and Senator Harris started their trip in Arizona by introducing a 15-page policy plan to address Native American issues. The Democratic duo met with Arizona tribal leaders at the Heard Museum this afternoon to discuss the proposal. Totaling over $2 trillion, the new stimulus package will be putting money back into Americans' pockets. Passing in a unanimous vote in the Senate, the bill offers relief to individuals, businesses, and healthcare. Jonathan Fruitkin of Radix Law helps us break it down.
One aspect of this, which will affect everybody directly, is direct cash payments. Now, not everybody's getting them, but most people are.
Individuals earning less than $75,000 per year can expect a one-time payment of $1,200. Couples making less than $150,000 will receive a $2,400 check.
So to get your check, they're going to look at your 2018 tax return.
The bill also increases unemployment insurance by promising an extra $600 on top of normal state benefits each month for the next 4 months.
For a lot of people, that is the difference between, putting food on the table and paying some bills and not. And so for people who are unemployed, that can add up to about $2,400 extra that you'll get in your unemployment benefits.
Small businesses and larger corporations will be getting some help in this bill as well. There are $367 billion for small business loans that helps owners meet their payroll. A $500 billion fund set up with the Federal Reserve will offer loans to corporations in desperate need, such as airline companies and hotels.
Here's our kind of short-term rule of thumb. If you're an employee and you're looking for your benefits, first go to your employer. If you are a small business employer and you're looking for help from the federal government, first go to your bank.
Hospitals and health systems will also be receiving $130 billion to help them fight the spread of coronavirus.
So there's still developments that we're going to see over the next week or two. Nothing to panic about because the money is going to come.
Phoenix Children's Hospital mandates that all their employees get their flu shot. So every year, they hold an event to get as many of them vaccinated. This year's event, however, looked a little different, but it could teach health officials a safe way to administer a COVID vaccine.
Perfect. Can we give you this? Hold it nice and tight like a football.
Employees at Phoenix Children's Hospital are lining up, waiting to get their flu shot.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, but it's more important than ever.
We're not quite sure how the flu and COVID are going to interact in the same patient. And so if we can protect ourselves from the flu with COVID in our community, that would be best.
The hospital has done this mass vaccination the past 4 years. This year, however, they hope to reach a new goal.
Our hope is that with this day, we can immunize over 5,000 employees. That would be record-setting for us.
This year, the event looks different, too.
We did put a lot of thought into social distancing.
To help with social distancing, the team here drew chalk drawings all along the sidewalk, each of them 6 feet apart, to tell people where to stand while they waited for their flu shot.
Inside, we're cleaning and sanitizing those stations after every person.
Everybody is masked. Everybody is using really good hand hygiene.
The parameters put in place not only keep people safe, but it also prepares the hospital for when a COVID vaccine is ready.
If we were to have a COVID vaccine that would be safe and effective for our employees, this will show us how we can quickly and efficiently and safely provide vaccinations to our employees.
And because the hospital has experience running these mass vaccination events, Manager of Occupational Health Donna Goebel feels confident that when the time comes, they'll be ready to administer the vaccine.
Everyone sort of knows their roles and can mobilize very quickly to be able to get this up and running.
How are you?
Good, how are you? But until that time does come, Dr. Kellner wants to make sure everyone is protected from the flu as the country fights the pandemic.
The flu can cause serious complications in people, and it is not a simple virus for some. And so we have a vaccine that can help, prevent those symptoms and can make those symptoms more mild. We should absolutely be going to get it.
Laundry at Fire Station 504 isn't just a chore. It saves lives. Dirty turnouts were once a badge of honor. Now, that thinking has shifted.
We realize now that these unburnt products of combustion are causing our members cancer and it's killing us. So we've taken proactive steps to get ahead of this.
Because of the increased incidence of cancer among firefighters, they're taking new precautions to ensure deadly carcinogens are not coming home with them. Now, once the fire is out, the firefighters will bring out their decontamination kits. Now, these have trash bags where they can put their old turnouts, and it also has hoses and brushes and soaps so that they can clean their turnouts to make sure all the carcinogens are completely off.
And we wash the gross decontaminants off of our gear.
These protections were not available to prevent Peter Benzing's cancer.
I thought it'd be very unlikely that I would get a cancer diagnosis.
Benzing had worked for the Casa Grande Fire Department for 10 years when he learned he had prostate cancer.
They were able to determine that they were very aggressive cancer cells.
He had no family history of cancer, was in good health, and he exercised regularly. A study done by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health found that firefighters have a 28% increased risk of getting prostate cancer.
We noticed that a lot of our members, not only within our fire department, but nationwide, were losing their lives and livelihoods to cancer.
But firefighters are not alone in this fight. In Arizona in 2017, lawmakers passed a bill that helps firefighters who get certain cancers while on the job.
So in 2017, we thought we were perfectly clear that we expected firefighters to be able to file for workman compensation benefits. Unfortunately, government being what government is, has found a way to work around the bill that we put in place.
Despite the law, Benzing's workman's comp claim was denied by the city. An independent medical exam found there was no hardcore evidence that Benzing's cancer was caused by carcinogens on the job, leaving him with big medical bills, legal bills, and a pile of stress.
The two things that fuel cancer cells the most are stress and sugar. I can give up the sugar, I can control the sugar, but it's difficult for me to control the stress.
Now, some state senators want to prevent this from happening to others.
There will be no more guessing whether you will or not receive your benefits. You will receive your benefits.
The proposed legislation takes the burden of proof off the firefighters. Now, having a cancer diagnosis is all the evidence they need.
Now, our firefighters will be able to focus on fighting cancer and not fighting government for their benefits.
That's good news for Benzing, who has more on his hands than most. After his wife died from cancer in 2016, he became a single father to his daughter, Alex, a task made harder during his recovery.
And, it was frustrating because I couldn't pick her up. She's very physical, she likes to jump. Socks.
Benzing's treatment was successful, and his life is getting back to normal. And while he is still fighting to protect firefighters like him, he always finds time for his daughter.
There's seems to be a little less me time, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Perfectly fine with it, because she's a lot of fun to be around, and we have a good time together.